I don't think it's really that. I don't think it's really worth it to cover. Not important, my ass. So as you may have seen on my Holo Error video, I made a whole video for Holo Error, and that same day, Hololive English dropped a video, also another video, which was called Prelude. And that Prelude, I was like, this is not important at all. This is just, I don't know, to establish a lore or something. And we were like, okay, sure. And then after that video came out, I think like next week after, Omen, another video of Hololive English, dropped, and this one was a doozy. It was a big one. We were told how in the first video we were told. I'm trying to remember. In the first video we were told that there were 4 gods or 5 gods. I forgot. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna search my own theory because I forgot. Okay, it took me like at least 5 minutes to find my fucking theory, but I have it here. I'm gonna read it to all of you. So let me start. Iris speaks about her descent towards a world in the making. Question mark. There are 4 gods. They started planning on how to do it, starting by creating space, aka and since space was only a disorder, aka nothing, the gods created nature to blend textures, because if space, basically space, if you see the space now, space is just in a sense it's just nothing. It's just a void, kind of. So gods said fuck it, plants, and they created nature. So make, to have something in space, so it makes sense, okay? But then nature only was, as the video said, existence. It just existed, nothing else happened. Where's the events? Where is everything I need? So then they said, fuck it, let's have a clock and count time. And so the gods poured time to see the growth, and that's how life forms evolutionated. Since the life forms begged the gods with power, they gave them knowledge, and thus civilization was born. And yeah. And at the end, it was said, Silicet, and then it was like civilization or something like that. And I said that in my thread. I said at the end the word Silicet was used. I tried to look for a meaning, and damn, it makes sense. Silicet is a rare word that most often occurs in legal proceedings in instruments. It is from Latin sire, to know, and licet, it is permitted, which is also a root of bidelicet, as a synonym of silicet. Sire has also made other contributions to English, giving us such words as conscience, conscious, and science. Boom! And that was civilization, because civilization was born because mankind was like, we're fucking stupid, give us something to give us a purpose in life. So they gave him, okay, you can do this, and they were like, okay, cool, and they created civilization, and that's how they made like everything, the world basically. So this is basically a world building in the Hololive EN lore, maybe in the Hololive lore itself. And then this was the prelude. In prelude, as I said a lot of that, but prelude, I think I said it in my Hololive video, but prelude means like a beginning act. Basically, it's not like a prologue, but it's before the story. But I think it's like, you can call it a prologue if you wanted to, but I think that's that. And then I had a Omen, a Holo EN Omen. And this is shorter, so I said, so basically, since civilization is killing everything they got created, since everything they're killing everything they got created, they said, fuck you, here's Chaos Women so you don't do more damage, and dip to bed. So, due to civilization being kind of a bitch, they said, fuck you, here's Chaos, and deal with it. And then they went to sleep forever. And not forever, but things. And that's how we got the four girls: space, nature, time, civilization, and chaos. So now I'm going to read the descriptions for every the members to say. I'm going to read the description of the members and trying to like theorize on their lore, because even the Hololive EN has lore too. They have some lore. sometimes. Like, I think out of Holy and Ina has the most lore. Ame too. I think Ame and Iname has the most lore to say, because Callie is just, she's deaf, and Kiara is, since Kiara dies, she meets death, and death is Callie, so we're like, hey, love of my life, and that's the whole Takamori thing. I think the whole Takamori thing was basically decided from day one. I mean, in the whole trailer was an eternity meets death. And what do? They meet each other when Kiara dies, because Kiara did die in so many times. So it's like, hey, how are you? Why aren't you dead? And like, I don't know, I'm just a phoenix, bro. And that's that. And Ame drops some lore every now and then. But the biggest lore is, as a child, she was given a clock, and that clock, she used it in an accident, and it was sent to the Ancient One's realm, to say, and they like guided her, and I'm like, so okay, I'm gonna say something before, but I'm gonna start reading the first one, which is Tsukumo Sana, also known as the Speaker of Space, the very first concept created by the gods. So I'm gonna start reading it now. After being materialized in the moral realm, she began researching astrology in earnest for one particular reason. However, she soon stumbled unknowingly upon the forbidden truth and was turned into an apostle for the Ancient Ones. Space refers not only to this universe we live in, but all dimensions and matter to exist. It is a concept unbridled by definition, and one that continues to grow in scope limitlessly, as it is yet to be fully explored by man. Her seemingly strange behavior and speech can be explained away with a simple "humanity simply isn't yet ready to understand." As a side note, despite how she may look, she's quite young. Okay, for the last part, they tried to say childish. At first I didn't understand what they were trying to say, but yeah, they mean childish. And the thing is, Ame and Sana have, like, Ame was guided by the Ancient Ones because she accidentally time traveled to the realm. Okay, that makes sense. But the thing is, how did the Ancient Ones guide Ame? But she could, like, technically she didn't see the forbidden truth. Like, how the fuck didn't she see the forbidden truth, which was, you know, the Ancient Ones' whole thing? And so that's why Sana is an apostle for the Ancient Ones, and so is Ina, kind of say. Like, Ina in Violet, she explained that Ina was always a priestess, and the Ancient Ones, she didn't know about the Ancient Ones because in the Violet, little Ina has the Ancient Ones, but it was not like she didn't, like, technically open her per se. I don't know how to say it. I'm gonna leave a clip here just in case, so you can understand it better.
Not really met Ao-chan, because Ao-chan was always around. It's just how I became more dependent on Ao-chan in a way. Awakened. That's probably a better word to say it. How I became a priestess. Well, I was always a priestess. Well, meant to be a priestess. It's just a tidbit of lore. Family, the Ninomai family is a family blessed by the Ancient Ones in a way.
And yeah, that's Sana. And space, especially when they're trying to say what is space. Space is something, and at the same time it's nothing, kind of say. Like, it lacks a definition because space is infinite, and the mankind hasn't explored space yet. And yeah, space is hot. Anyways, next one is Ceres Fauna, or the Keeper of Nature. I don't know if I said that name right, but she's the Keeper of Nature, the second concept created by the gods. I'm gonna read it now. She has materialized in the moral realm as a druid in the bid to save nature. She has skin blood flowing in her veins and horns that are made of branches of a certain tree. They are not deer antlers. Nature refers to all organic matter on the planet except mankind. It is long said that her whispers as an avatar of Mother Nature have healing properties. Whether or not that is true is something only those who have heard them can say. While she's usually affable, warm and slightly mischievous, any who anger her will bear the full brunt of nature's fury. Okay. So Fauna is basically the nature, stuff. And she has Kirin blood, and Kirin blood is like kind of a chimera, Chinese chimera, that is kind of I think it looks like kind of like a deer. Maybe I'm gonna put a picture right somewhere. And she doesn't have a lot of lore like Sana. She just wants to save nature, which she's doing not a good job. I mean, no, she's not doing a bad job. It's like we've kind of fucked up nature in a sense. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, I really like her design. I'm gonna lie. Like it's very, I don't know, it just hits different. Next one is Orochrony, also known as the Warden of Time, the third concept birthed by the gods and the one most intrinsically linked with mankind. So, I'm gonna read it, of course, but the most intrinsically linked with mankind, that's interesting, because I'm gonna explain it later, because I think it does make sense, in a sense. No shit. Anyways, I'm gonna read 3, 2, 1. A member of the council and the warden of time, the third concept birthed by the gods and the one most intrinsically linked with mankind. None may escape the sense of time, and indeed, most men do not even wish to be free from her captivity. Same. She pickled up the blades almost as a reflex action of sorts, and seems to be enjoying it. Her quiet, aloof personality has never changed over the ages, but she has developed a little bit of haughtiness and sadistic tendencies along the way. Yikes, originally the concept of time was but a cog in a wheel, one which will only functionate in tandem with others. Eventually, humans went on to give time individual meanings such as dawn, dusk, making it universal. The humans became enslaved to time in return for empowering her. In her present form, she has become a sadistic, prideful warden. So basically, time is like everyone sims for time. Basically, like as a TLDR, everyone sims for time. Like originally, as I said, the concept of time was but a cog in the wheel, which only functioned in tandem with others. So, what the term said originally, it was just going to be a clock, but it's like fuck it, hot women, and that's where chronic comes in, and since time is time, if we look at it, I want to look at it like as a meta version, like look at it in a meta version where us as people normally, like, it says that we are enslaved by time, and that is so true. Basically, like, we usually do like talk about time, but yeah, we do when we don't have like enough time per se. We are basically sims for time. We need more time, or we need less time, or we need this sufficient time, or we want time in itself, and that's why we're like simping for time. And that's why she has these sadistic tendencies, which, like, if maybe I don't know, maybe she's the reason why you wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning, you're like 5 minutes more, and it's fucking 8 a.m. Maybe she's just a bitch. Fourth one is Nanashimay, or the Guardian of Civilization. I read this one already, like 3 times. I read this one because I wanted to, like, people on Twitter were like, oh my god, Mume's story is so sad. I was like, shit, I'm gonna read it. And it was like at 5 a.m. I read it. I was like, interesting. And then I read it again, like 5 hours later. I was like, huh, crazy. And now that I can theorize, I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna start. She's the Guardian of Civilization, a concept crafted by mankind, not by the 4 gods. As a living embodiment of the sum of mankind's efforts, the mark of that humans have left on the world, she is far removed from her fellow members, as well as other life forms. Due to not being created by the gods, she was free to choose her own appearance, and decided to make herself owl-like, after the bird that symbolizes wisdom. She is gentle, wise, and an unbelievably hard worker. As a well-traveled vagabond, she is blessed with a wealth of knowledge of the world. She has seen, heard, and experienced so many things that she has forgotten most of them, one of them being her own name. For some reason, she seems to project a rather pitiable aura. Perhaps this is in part thanks to the loneliness she has often felt in her perennial travels. That is what gave her the idea of making her own friend out of material that was indispensable to the development of human civilization: paper. And quote, may fade and rip, but once a friend, forever a friend. I love this woman already. I'm gonna, before we first theorize, I'm like, I am such a simp for this woman. If you follow me on Twitter, I'm simping for this woman way too much. So theory time. So since it's kind of like what do you call it? Like discrimination towards power kind of thing, because she's not created by civilization. Oh my god, she's not created by the gods. The gods created space, nature, and time, but civilization was created by mankind, and mankind was because of time. So basically, it's not partially from the gods themselves. So that's why she's like the guardian of civilization. She's like the one representing that. And she was like, well, she's free to say, because normally the gods are like, they materialize time, nature, and space, but since she's not great but the gods, she said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it myself, and she became an owl. What's sad is that she projects a rather pitiable aura. Like, damn, you didn't have to go like that, because she's basically because she's lonely, and that's big. And then she because of she made a friend out of paper, and if you see her design, she has like this little paper friend, and that makes me so sad. I love that woman so much. And lastly, we're going with Hako's bells balls. I'm gonna call it bells, like the bells, but it's bells. So I'm gonna name her Hako's. Fuck this. So she's not the last concept, but she's the very concept of chaos, birthed by the world itself. I think there's a big difference between created by mankind and created by the world. I think the world is created by everything, basically. That's basically it. Without nature, it wouldn't be the world. Without space, nature, time, civilization, it wouldn't be the world. So so that's why it's like a concept of everything, and that everything is chaos. So I'm gonna read it. The gods appointed her chairperson of the council, but she mostly takes a hands-off approach, as she has yet to accept the decisions, much like her fellow members. That said, all of them have no intention of contending, instead to obey. Her mouse-like appearance has deceived many a fool who fails to realize that mice are the harbingers of chaos. Also of note is her wild smile, which she often flashes in her frequent romps. Chaos is confusion and disarray. It is fortune and tragedy. It is freedom and from all logic and inherent nature of life. She believes that rules are not to the be-all and end-all, which is why she has come to break them all. Watching the aftermath is her greatest joy, and so she remains a bystander to the destruction caused by mayhem. So as I said, chaos is the embodiment of every single thing. Like, I don't know how to say it, but you know what I get. You know what I mean? That the world is made by every single concept, made by the gods, and since civilization got the knowledge of them, they became kinda fucked. So they said, fuck you, I'm here to kill chaos. I'm here to bring chaos, more likely, and deal with it yourselves. And that's it. That's it. And here we are. And that's Hako's bells. But she's also, so they describe chaos as confusion, disarray, fortune, or tragedy. Basically, they're saying there's a lot of meaning to chaos. Chaos can be a lot of things. It can be a good chaotic thing or a bad chaos, such as, I don't know, like the better chaos is confusion, and the worst of chaos is disarray. Like, just say that, you know what I mean. And she's here to break the rules, because fuck it. And she's also, they appointed her to be the chairperson. I think since she's birthed by the world itself, and she's the one, I'm gonna say she's the one that controls the world, kind of thing, maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be right, but I'm just saying. I'm just fucking saying. But yeah, that's the whole thing of chaos. And yeah, that's the people. So they're meant to debut on August 22nd, which is from now 4 days. Cool. And yeah, I'm excited for them. Okay, for my thoughts, I'm gonna be very transparent right now. I'm gonna be very transparent right now, and say that before let's say June. I think June, May. June, May. People were like, "Oh, Hololive Gen 2 when it's coming." When people said that, I got really upset. I don't know. I just didn't like the idea. I don't know. It just felt kind of. Maybe because I am very fond of Holomyth. I love Holomyth with all my heart. I love my girl so much. I love Holomyth. But since I love them very much, I'm like very hard-headed person. I'm like, I don't want because I really like seeing Hololive in the spotlight kind of a thing. I don't know, it's weird. But then after Iris debuted, I was still feeling the same thing. I was like, okay, fair enough. I was like, sure. It's the bass singer, basically what is it? Like ASCII. I was like, nah, I don't know. Since ASCII does a lot more music, I was expecting her to do more music, of course. But she's doing the Suicide stuff, which is do music and play a lot of games. She doesn't do she's playing a lot of games and she's also doing music stuff. But music stuff is most. I think Suicide has balanced it out, but I think Iris is still like more likely most games than just that. She's really saying like covers every single weekend. It's like sure, whatever. But I don't know. After Iris, I was like, sure. And after that video dropped, I was like, oh no, oh no. And also, since Iris had this 8-hour countdown, I was genuinely very excited because like maybe it's Holomyth related, right? And since it was Iris, I was kind of disappointed to say. I was like, oh, okay, it's not what I wanted. I mean, of course, when you don't get what you want, of course you're gonna be upset, and that was me. And I was upset, of course. I was upset basically. It was. I really didn't care, honestly. After I was like, but after Iris debuted, in that moment I was really liking, Lazulite from Nichi-san GN. I was really liking Nichi-san GN, and they were getting a second wave, aka generation, which was Obsidia. And if you follow me on Twitter, I love Obsidia. Like, holy shit, I love Obsidia. I love Obsidia. Okay, I love Obsidia. And after that was like, damn, I love Obsidia so much. Like, I didn't expect for me to enjoy it because I really enjoyed Lazulite. And I was having like these doubts, the same doubts, but since I was liking Lazulite at the same time Gen 2 was announced, I was like, holy shit, well shit. And that was that. And then I met all of them: Petra Grudin, Rosumi Lovelock, and of course Tatsuki. I don't have an option in Obsidia, by the way. I don't have an option in Obsidia because every single day I may watch a stream of Saline. I was like, I love this woman, she's my Yoshi. And then I watch some stuff of Rosemi. I was like, I love this woman, she's my Yoshi. And then I watch Petra, and I'm like, okay, it's fine. But after that, and then the Omen announcing, hey, 5 women are coming. Who knows if it's Gen 2? It is, of course, now. But after seeing it, I was like, okay, let me give it a try. The design looked cool. I was like, oh, sure. And they released, I was like, holy shit. If you combine the Hololive lore and we expand, like, basically it's world building in the Hololive lore. Because I think Iris, she's just a bystander in all of this, I think. Iris is just, since she's like the ones that designs in the world, is like, you see the world it is now. The world was created by the 4 gods, aka blah 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 blah, all the shebang. And then either Iris, no, because the thing is, in Iris and Holomyth's debut thing, they were like, witness hope or witness the myth. I think they're like, we witness the world. We witness myth and we witness hope. Now we're gonna witness the world. We witnessed how the world was created and how they were created and what was the aftermath of creating the world. And that's what it is now. And after I thought of that, I was like, damn, this is cool as fuck. I'm gonna simp. Because who knows, maybe they drop more lore and I can make 20 more videos of 20 minutes of this and I get money. But yeah, that was it. And I have really high hopes for Holo Council. I think Council is going to be as hard-hitting as Myth. I don't think more, because I think Myth, I've been with Myth for like basically 7 months now. It's like, yikes, 7 months have already passed. I made a Holo ARG video. My masterpiece. What a masterpiece of a video. But at the same time I was like, damn, this video kind of sucks. I said that before. But yeah, that's it. I'm anticipating Holo Council, and this video is 25 minutes long.